had the 5 minutes, I was preparing and I made a lot of notes on Ramayana and good governance, but unfortunately you go back to what you're naturally good at, right? So I have to start with Chanakya. Because last 20 years I've been doing nothing but Chanakya. So I looked at a few points and I'm going to present 2 slides in the next 5 minutes. As she said, 5 slides, but actually only 5 points. So 2 from Chanakya and maybe 2 or 3 from Ramayana. The whole concept of good governance I look at from a leadership standpoint.
You have the remote with you?
Yes, there is a remote. So the two, sorry for that. So the 2 points, the one point that is central is all about leadership. In Mahabharata there is a very famous prashna that, does the king create the era or the era creates the king? And itina shamshayaha raja kalasya karanam. So era doesn't create a king, a king creates an era, an organization. So it finally boils down to leadership. Whatever be the form of governance, be it democracy or monarchy, it finally boils down to that one person along with the systems. So no doubt about it, the mantris are important, the praja is important. We talk about praja dharma, mantri dharma, everything in Arthashastra, but definitely it starts with the leader. So what I'm going to do is that I actually want to talk about a few things, which I'm quite surprised that looking at Indian literature, what we find in Ramayana is there in Arthashastra also. What is in Arthashastra is also there in Mahabharata. So what Bhishmacharya's advice on leadership and good governance is spread across. So if you look at Ramayana, I'll be just pointing it out. How do we find that there are so many things common? I'm actually bringing out the commonalities over here. So let me start. Okay, these are some of my books, 15 books on Chanakya. But there's something very important. It starts with something called as Vriddha Sanyogaha. He should have constant association with leaders. Even if you're a leader, chairman, you should have a leadership guru with you. Chanakya Chandragupta. In learning for the sake of improving his training, we talk about continuous learning, continuous training, planning, training, continuous ambition. But how does it happen? But Vriddha Sanyogaha. Vriddha is an experienced person. In fact, ours is the only culture where after retirement you have an excellent career. So many people say, what to do after retirement? Wow, Raja se Rajguru ban jao. So it's actually very good, and somewhere I've been working very hard to create this ecosystem at least in the universities that a retired professor is not a liability with a pensioner. Somebody, the VPD's chairman was telling one of the sessions, Bombay Court Trust, saying that there are 4,000 people on the payroll and 10,000 people pensioners. And he made a strategy of how to utilize them. So, it's not that they want to sit at home, but you call them with dignity and let the knowledge and experience be shared. That's exactly what Chanakya is trying to do. Be in touch with your gurus forever. It's not, alumni meet. When you meet them on WhatsApp. Since training has its roots in that, today we talk about continuous training, but the first training starts by being connected with your Acharya. That's what we see in Rama's life, It is not only till he gets an education, the guru has the control and the final veto power to even call him back when the nation requires it. The second one, which is very important, is what should be the attitude of the leader. Praja sukhe sukham ratnya prajanam cha hite hitam. Nata priyam hitam ratnya prajanam cha priyam hitam. There is 2 different hitam and priyam. Happiness and what is really benefit. What is hitakari may not be sukhakari. And what can be sukhakari cannot be hitakari. This is where the dharma sankat comes in. Sometimes you use the rod, but not necessarily every time. So this whole thing, see that the happiness of the subjects lies the benefit of the king, and what is beneficial to the subject is his own benefit. What is dear to himself is not beneficial to the king. Pradhan Sevak has Atriji put it very nicely. But what is dear to the subjects is beneficial to him. Now, how do we define this? How do I know what is sukha and what is hita? You don't have to worry too much. Chanakya himself says, put yourself in the role of parenting. A father or a mother exactly knows where to draw the line. When they have to send it to the school for the first day, it's a very emotional moment for the mothers and the parents. You have to let him go beyond that particular gate. Where, first time you're leaving a child to an unknown group of people. But it is not sukhakari. It's painful for me, emotionally, it's painful for the child. But it is hitakari. So when you take a decision as a parent, sometimes you punish also. The punishment is not out of hatred. The punishment is for the overall goodness and the future development. So if the leader has this whole ability to look at sukha and hita and take a decision, then he becomes a good Raja. Then that's how we can actually use the Danda Niti properly. The third point is, what is the ability of a king that keeps the organization going on? There will be ups and downs, and he says, if the king is energetic, his subjects will be equally energetic. If he slack and lazy in performing his duties, the subject will also be lazy. Role model, yadada acharkari shrestha. Thereby eat into his wealth. Now, Chanakya is talking about Artha Vyavastha, Artha Shastra. If you are lazy, you can directly measure it, then the wealth will become less. But if you are active, even in the most recession period, our Gujaratis, Marwadis and all business community know that, Grahak aaye nahi hai, dukaan khol ke baitho. It's a very interesting, you don't have to blame the ecosystem, you have to blame yourself. Can I actually get up and get going every day morning? People look upon you. If you are showing a depressed face, then you are going to actually create a problem. And here he says, besides a lazy king will easily fall into the hands of the enemies, hence the king should himself always be energetic. So look at these two words, himself. The mobile battery needs to be charged externally, but the car that keeps running, kinetic energy keeps it charging. And always, there is no holiday for a king. I'll give you one simple example which is there in the Ramayana and also in the Arthashastra, the timetable of a king. Raja Vrittihi, Raja Pranidhi. In that it says a king has to sleep only for 4.5 hours. The time he wakes up is 1:30 in the night. That means he has to sleep at 9 o'clock. And many people say today the doctors say 6 hours, 8 hours minimum sleep is required. Chanakya says no. It is actually only less sleep for a leader. Okay, we're not talking about the common bridge. Vidura Niti goes one step further. Vidura Niti goes one step and says sleep if required. So it is not measurement of sleep. Thoda so low, baki kaam ki baatein karo. See, look at this kind of a role modelship that we have. Now immediately I will turn into Ramayana in the next 2-3 minutes. Yeah. So if you can change the next slide, please. Yeah. So why am I giving this background? This is all the qualities that we see theoretically in Rama or any leader that you have, because he or she has to be a role model. So now coming back, we run an institution in the Mumbai University, and we actually teach Ramayana's leadership and good governance to the students, and we have postgraduate degree program also. And I'm going to use 2 or 3 slides. That will be my last part of the Ramayana, where one of our very great Sanskrit professors, Dr. Madhavi Narsale, has been teaching this, so I'll be taking the liberty of using her and of course giving her reference, and a complete module on Ramayana and leadership. I think all the speakers right from this Sri Krishna Thackeray sir and everybody has already mentioned about this. But what I'm going to draw is just 2-3 points that which exactly are the ideas that we look upon. So first idea, as the slide is getting put on, a leader is the one who creates more leaders. So it can't be I, me, myself. A lot of people don't like to give up leadership positions, and you've seen stalwarts doing that. I don't know, people say, I am healthy, I am wealthy, so what? It doesn't matter. Before they kick you out, you should know how to walk out. And it's very, very important that you draw the line. Therefore, the concept of sannyasa comes in. So don't worry about sannyasa, but between grahastha ashrama and sannyasa, there is one more ashrama. Vanaprastha. So at least move on to Vanaprastha, where you're still part of the family, but not active. And leadership succession is something that we are debating, discussing. Dhoni should go or no. One of the most successful captains in the Indian history in the field of cricket. I think, why are we even talking about it? We have your level 2 ready, right? Virat is performing, Rohit is performing. So it's very important that leaders should already start their exit plan the day they join. So it cannot be a continuous power game. So Rama actually is a powerful example of leadership, where when he's been appointed as a leader, day one, even before he's becoming a leader, he's told to exit. Maybe the Kaikeyi story. But he accepts it gracefully and says, doesn't matter, there are 3 more ready. And he trains Bharata, and along everything happens. But the whole idea over here is that a leader is not afraid of giving leadership positions. Very, very, very important. A leader moves on to the next level to guide the next level of leaders. And the other extreme is that leaders feel very bad, share their experience, or not being called to the previous board meeting. So Rama is an excellent case that please run it, but whenever you require, I'll be there. But okay, so since the technology is giving a problem, I will not use the technology, but I'll just like to mention one more thing about Ramayana. It's very important to look at Ramayana and good governance from a very practical perspective. And therefore, I would like to bring in the concept of, the last man in the village also being heard. The good governance is said, till the last man in the last village is not happy, the work of governance is not done. So we see two instances. One is in Chanakya's period when you don't find leaders in your so-called cities or Rajdhanis. He goes and searches a Dasi Putra, who is Chandragupta Maurya, trains him up and makes him a leader. Same thing happens in Rama's kingdom. He is listening even to the last man, be it a Kevat, the person who is taking the boat across, or be it Lavakusha, they come and sing the glories, or be it somebody like a Dhobi, who is questioning him. So finally the whole idea is that keep your ears and eyes open to the last man in the last village, the smallest profession, because they can make or break the kingdom.
Accept criticism.
Accept criticism, openly debate, discuss, and finally it is about dharma. And finally I like to conclude with what Bhishmacharya says in the Mahabharata, a very famous one, about taking decisions for good governance. Never have debate and discussions without somebody who is a vriddha. Somebody has to guide it, isn't it? So we have a moderator over here. Because sometimes discussions become arguments without conclusions. Committees becomes come eat and have tea. So I like this action plan part of it. So never have a discussion without a vriddha. And a vriddha's role is to show dharma. And you should not get stuck in past. It has to be progressive and end with an action plan. Thank you so much.